Here's a thought that's genuinely unsettling. Some of these creatures were described hundreds of years ago, and then people started seeing them again in modern times. Either millions of people across history lied in the exact same way, or something survived. And if that's true, then they don't exist in legends. They exist today, right next to us. What if these mythical creatures exist right now? I really hope they don't. Let's begin. First reported, 1811, Kentucky. Most recent sighting, 2023, Washington State. One man was hiking early in the morning. No signal, no people, just forest. Then he noticed footsteps matching his pace. At first, he thought it was an echo. The footprints stayed perfectly parallel to his path for nearly a mile. Not behind him, not chasing him, beside him. Height, 6.5 to 9 feet. Massive shoulders. Arms hanging below the knees. Thick, dark hair. A smell described as rotting metal. How it hunts. Bigfoot doesn't attack immediately. It observes, applies psychological pressure, makes sounds, waits for panic. People usually run, and that's when some of them are never found. What if it exists today? National parks, solo hiking trails, dead zones with no signal. If Bigfoot exists right now, it doesn't need to hunt. People walk straight into its territory. Convenient. First reported, 1955, Puerto Rico. Recent cases, 2022, Mexico. A farmer went out at dawn to check his animals. The fence was intact, no signs of struggle. Every goat was dead. Shock fact, each one had 2 identical puncture wounds and no blood left in the body. That's not how predators kill. Description from camera footage. The farmer installed cameras. What he saw made his skin crawl. Around 5 feet tall, thin, almost skeletal body, glowing eyes, spines along its back, moves in sudden jumps. How it hunts. Strikes at night, avoids noise, precise bite, disappears without tracks. What if it exists today? No, the Chupacabra already exists among us. It still continues to kill livestock on farms. And by the way, not every farm has cameras. Who knows, maybe its next target won't be animals anymore. Folklore says these creatures appear when people stop paying attention. If you're still watching, the algorithm already noticed, and they usually show up right after the algorithm does. Just saying. First records, 8th century, Japan. Modern reports, 2019 to 2023. One man installed a night camera in his bedroom, just out of curiosity. The footage showed something wrong. A woman's head slowly lifted above the bed, while her body remained lying down. Human by day, detached head at night. Neck stretches unnaturally, eyes barely blink. How it hunts. Feeds on fear. Watches sleeping victims. Drains energy. Leaves almost no evidence. What if it exists today? Apartments, hotels, shared living spaces. The scariest part? You could live with one for years and never know. Origin: Ancient Greece, Crete era, Bronze Age. The Minotaur wasn't a myth. It was a consequence of human failure. A creature with a man's body and a bull's head, born from a curse, not nature. They didn't try to kill it. They isolated it. The labyrinth wasn't built to protect people. It was built so no one who entered could leave. Witness descriptions: massive humanoid body, bull's head with powerful horns, extreme physical strength, sharp hearing, able to sense fear. How it hunts. The Minotaur doesn't chase. It traps. It waits until the victim gets lost on their own. Panic does the rest. What if it exists today? It wouldn't need a labyrinth. The modern world already built one. Abandoned tunnels, closed subway stations, industrial complexes, mines and bunkers. Places where sound echoes, GPS fails, fear amplifies. If the Minotaur exists today, it doesn't hunt in cities. It waits where people enter willingly and lose their way. Sometimes the labyrinth isn't ancient stone. It's a place you were never meant to escape. Origin: Ancient Rome. First mentions: 1st century BC. Last reports: Middle Ages. It doesn't hunt during the day. It waits until the city sleeps. The Strix is a nocturnal creature resembling a massive owl with human features, a long beak, and eyes that see through darkness. Description: owl-like wings, distorted human face, sharp beak, screeching, crying call. Ability to enter homes unseen. What if it exists today? It doesn't need forests, it needs noisy cities where screams blend into the background. If the Strix is alive today, it nests near hospitals, old apartment buildings, thin walls. Its cry is easy to dismiss. A bird, a siren, imagination. Until morning comes and someone asks why the window is closed, but claw marks are inside. Sometimes, night birds scream not because they're birds, but because they remember what they used to be. Today we say, stress hallucinations, coincidence. Before, they said, warning. Because if these creatures live among us, they don't look like monsters.